The Call of Duty League is presented by Scuf, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The US Army wants your warrior.
Welcome back to Super Week. It's time to kick things off. And Joe, we've got today, we've got tomorrow. That is it before our first major kicks off on Wednesday. And God, this is an interesting one because for FaZe, you know, you've locked it up, right? You're going to be that #1 seed. For Paris, things are a little bit more interesting, but you've done what you need to do. You won your last 2 matches. You put yourself in a good spot.
You put yourself in a position to maybe get that top 3. I know a lot of things got to maybe go your way, but hey, you get a win here, and who knows what is going to happen. But you said it. You're seeing improvement from the Paris Legion. They've won 2 matches in a row, and 2 big matches, a 3-0 over the Florida Mutineers, and then a Game 5 clutch against the Toronto Ultra. This team, it just feels like they're, the momentum is going their way.
Will it be enough to take down FaZe? I don't know, but Legion are hot. Let's meet the squad.
Wonderful start here from Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Just can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
Aqua's from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round! Here's the squad fighting to get top 3, and why that is important. You avoid starting a loser's bracket in the first major. You give yourself another chance. It is massive, and they're on the brink of doing it. Can they get a victory? Aqua, Classic, Fire, Scraps. Who are you looking at today, Joe?
It's got to be Aqua and Scraps for me. I mean, they've sort of been leading the way in the slaying category. They've sort of become the superstars of this team, and they're going to have to keep that up. You want to beat Atlanta FaZe. Your best players have to play at their best because they are going to push you to the limit. We know that.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are. And FaZe, when we heard they were getting Arcitys, we both were terrified for the competition. Like, you knew they were going to be absolutely insane. And there are a lot of stacked rosters, but FaZe, man, they are something else, and they have yet to lose. They're on a roll. Let's meet the roster. Here's the FaZe.
Atlanta, Georgia, you magnificent beast, you. This is 2021, baby. And the 2021 Atlanta FaZe are stacked. We got us a member of the Scuff Team of the Year by the name of Simp.
Grabs the bomb, 10 seconds left, and he realizes he can't get to the other side.
The other battle-hardened returnees are aBeZy and Cellium.
Out the way! Cellium! No, he's not even shut down! aBeZy doesn't even need to go fence!
Arcitys is here.
Can he get the angle over the top? He gets the kill! Arcitys with the 1v2 clutch!
Atlanta FaZe.
I feel like most of our talk has been about aBeZy because he's done some insane stuff lately. The guy has been on a mission for MVP form early in the year, but Joe, they've kind of all been great.
I mean, Simp's been right behind him. I mean, it feels like Simp is always going to have, like, the stats. I mean, that's what makes this duo so scary. But, yeah, when we've talked about, like, our top teams in the game, you know, you talk, especially in Respawn, you talk about your LA Thieves, your OpTic Gamings. Everybody has to, play at that high level. Everyone has to be on point. But yeah, aBeZy, especially in Search and Destroy, that man is, he's a different beast.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, they have what it takes to take down Legion. I mean, they are the better team. They've been performing that way. They're playing as we expected, but I guess they're in a position right now where they kind of have it locked up, right? They're 4-0. They're going to get the first seed. They've done their job already. Are you at all worried about them taking the foot off the pedal here?
No, I mean, obviously, a win is CDL points, right? So you have to rack up 10 more. And I don't think if you go back and look at like all of their matches, they're happy with everything. We're still too early in the year. There's some improvements that can be made. When I looked at the maps that I liked there was a couple of maps that they just simply haven't played yet. But over to our game fuel keys to victory for Atlanta FaZe. One thing is Arcitys, in hardpoint especially, you're going up against Aqua, who's on fire. 0.55 hardpoint KD versus the Florida Mutineers. Yes, they won the match, but you want to see a little bit more for him. Stop the Legion's momentum in hardpoint. I think this map #1 is just so important to this series with Legion's form. Then aBeZy to keep it up in Search and Destroy, a 1.48 KD, and he averages 1 kill per round, which is second in the league.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's making an impact in Search for sure. And, well, if they watched the match yesterday, they know if they have a big lead in hardpoint, it's not safe. What was it, 80, 90 points, I think, for Ultra? They were up. They get thrown away. Legion make the run. Now let's talk about the Legion. Your game fuel keys to victory. It's all you, Joe.
Yeah, keep clutching up in hardpoint. 3-0 in their last 2 series, but winning all 3 by a total difference of 66 points. I mean, just ridiculous stuff for them. Classic needs to match aBeZy's output in opening duels. It's going to be difficult to do, but when you talk about guys who are going to face each other head-on time and time again, Classic's going to at least have to come out on top around, 40, 50% of the time. And then Aqua and Scraps keep that momentum going. They're at a 1.2 combined KD in wins versus Florida and Toronto Ultra.
You started to mention the maps a little bit heading into the game field keys. Did anything jump off the page to you?
Yeah, so I guess for Atlanta FaZe, you get first place, the majors coming up. We start to talk about map pool. We start to talk about vetoes. The first 2 maps, Checkmate, Checkmate, Search and Destroy, and Hardpoint, they haven't played yet in a match. So maybe this is a question of they're trying to get a repetition under their belt. They know going into the major that you're going to have some weaknesses that teams are maybe going to try and deal with. Maybe there's a map that you want to avoid versus those other top teams. So this is your opportunity when you know you have a locked up first place where you can mess with your map pool a little bit more.
That's a good point. Yeah, you can test some stuff, right? I mean, it's not a scrim exactly. It matters. But yeah, you have a little bit more freedom to maybe widen the pool. So here we go. Starting off with aBeZy. The guy's been an absolute psychopath on the map as of late. His ability to entry in every mode has been nearly unparalleled. I say nearly because there have been some other just insane performances this week. aBeZy, though, what do you know? Gets the entry into plane. It's the second. aBeZy locking it down.
Yeah, that's the gunfight I'm going to be looking for. aBeZy versus Classic. aBeZy comes out on top. Arcitys on the other side of the map. He's able to find 2 kills, and we know with Checkmate, you want to try and get this time on the first one, but really that second hill, whereas really the money hill, that's where you can earn a lot of time. So aBeZy's going to get as much objective time as he can, and he was hoping his teammates pound kills going into the second. Paris able to bounce on back and fire. I think starts off with, what is that, 4 in a row off a spawn.
Put damage into more as they're starting to fly into the plane, but they're holding on to the spawns. But actually, quick question while we transition here to the next hard point. So you talked about that Classic and aBeZy matchup, right? It is a big one, but no one can argue that aBeZy isn't better in the role. He is. He's the better player right now at this point in his career. Does that change anything for how Classic is going to play or needs to play?
No. No, it is not, because Nick just doesn't care. It's honestly what's just so fun about Nicky D. It's why a lot of people love playing with him, because he just doesn't care. He will continue to take the gunfight time and time again. And I think the last 2, he's actually won both of the gunfights versus aBeZy. He's on a 3 spree. And this is what you needed to see from the Paris Legion. They give up 40 points, but they have spawns for second. But here comes the pressure. And yeah, all right, I was gassing them up, and then they get broken. It's what Atlanta FaZe is so good at. There is the break.
They'll get in with what, a little under 30 seconds left and look to push out this lead. Yeah, that was like a knock to Classic at all. He's been playing phenomenally, but obviously aBeZy's kind of been on another level and was curious. But yeah, no, I kind of agree. Classic's going to do his thing. I think he needs to. When you play that role, you can't really change that. You kind of have to be the guy playing fast and the entry guy. But over to Classic we go. We'll see how he can deal with the pressure. He's going to be at number 6 on the minimap, holding now the bottom side of it, trying to get information through mid-map, through plane. Here's one, spots one, shots on point. Tries to chow the second, but aBeZy's got his number.
Yeah, now Arcitys trying to get in the hill. He's got Cellium pushing up to his right. Cellium trying to get into a really good position with his flank on Aqua. He's going to find that kill. And maybe one of the guys we haven't touched on too often. I mean, it was someone we touched on a lot last year was Cellium. Because, he knew how good he was going to be. But quietly, he's been phenomenal in the flex role. And we know that Cell can, at times, be an MVP caliber type player. Because he's good at everything. aBeZy and Simp, and maybe even Arcee's headline this roster, but don't forget about Cell.
No, that's kind of why I said that at the beginning. All our talk, I feel like, has been about aBeZy because he's had these insane plays. He's at the moment against OpTic, 12-0 search. He's had this crazy type of stuff. Sorry, not the 12-0 search. I'm thinking of TJ, but he's had these wild search maps, just been dominating. And yeah, sometimes you forget that the other guys are just freaks of nature as well. But aBeZy's now on 5 in a row. The guys are getting rolling. They're up 70. Let's go to an Astro listening with Atlanta FaZe.
Hey, Dad, I got 3.
I go 3. One more.
Sidewood, I think. Yeah, he's got a shot. Top lane.
No, pinches. One, they spawn me on.
I pitch. Hey, look crazy.
Go. Can I get your full streaks?
Front red.
I'm
fire. Front red.
I'm coming.
Hey, Tyler's still on you. Fire, Dad. Nice, good shit.
I have your push.
Mini go.
Later.
Stay now. One more. Scraps, one shot. Scraps really weak.
Scraps that. Scraps.
I'm gonna shot down.
He's up. You pushed up. Take your time.
Nick, great weak.
Down 3.
Oh, yeah, get. Last two. I'm
about to hit.
Yeah, try I'm playing, Ben.
Either steps.
Bottom plane, top yellow.
There's steps 2.
Top yellow, one shot.
One shot.
Grab top. I'm giving him up.
Back line, pushing.
With yellow. One shot, Nick.
Right at me, you like.
I can streak, yeah. I'm gonna go front. Let's go front, double front. What's front hill? I'm streaking.
Fire.
Top right, MC. You push that steps. There's steps weak. I got one and one. I should be able to get one.
Fire one shot. I killed him.
He killed me, bro. He just
One long.
Fire's on the 3.
Alright, I still have artillery.
Fire's up here.
I'm playing weak, bluing.
Pretty many.
I'm going right.
Hey,
Push across. I'll change the
top
steps.
blue.
Yo, one's back long. Front time, Nick, weak.
On to
I'll go back long.
Back one there.
Front one.
I mean, top one in front hill.
Top one, Maddie, one shot.
Top one,
Nick.
he's on the box.
Watch Nick.
I'm
trying to get yellow.
I'll go John, man. I need help.
Yeah, I got yellow.
On that stairs. Fire, dead. On that.
Well, right as we come out of it, can we actually swap over to Classic? I want to see if he got streaks. He was on 7 in a row, I believe, before he dropped. I know it's a map where it's very difficult to get
artillery.
A whole lot of quality usage out of it. You saw it from aBeZy's screen, but Classic should have been close.
I think he got an artillery, so big life for him, and that was a huge hill for Paris Legion. I mean, they were down around 70 going into that. They forced the Hellstorm. They get all the kills after he calls it in, and just feels like slaying the last couple of hills is favored Paris Legion. Simp, though, he's able to find 2, get back on it. Paris Legion, though, not out of it yet.
It's one of those spots where it looks like you're going to give up a lot of time here at first, right? We're getting into our second set of rotations. They've got it locked down. Legion is going to try and hold on to the spawns. You can't get broken again. If they bust through again, that might be the dagger. You have got to hold here more efficiently than you did the first time around. Aqua can't quite finish the kill, but I think he funnels him into scraps. Fire follows up with a kill of his own as well. That number 1 on the map, that's Arcitys. He's pushed through. Can he make a play? He's getting shot from what looks like 2 or 3 players of Legion, and he will end up dropping. As a new hardpoint pops, so far, so good for Legion.
Well, the way this is stopped, I wonder if aBeZy may use the artillery here. Does he want to play for it? Trying to get all the way towards this back room. The way he's playing, so I feel like he kind of wants to use it, but nope, Arcitys is going to find 2. We'll leave aBeZy by himself, though. Those close spawns come in. And, yeah, able to find those first 25 seconds, like you said. Yeah, they're investing a lot into this hill. So far, so good. But here comes another Atlanta FaZe push.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that, you have to hold. I mean, what team was it the other day we watched where they, set up for second, gave up 40 seconds at first, next thing you know, they're down 100 to 0. Like, is that the OpTic Ultra game? Yeah, like, you've got to get this time. They've done an excellent job so far of doing that. They're going to get basically every single second on the hard point. Final couple points to FaZe. At this point, you don't care. That was a valiant effort to hold on. You're now right back in this game. Down roughly 20. Set up under the plane. And yeah, you kind of nailed it. The last, 3 minutes or so, Legion getting hot.
Yeah, they really are. Scraps having a solid game, classically in the way with 21 kills on the server. And yeah, it just feels like a lot of ISM4s just constantly. I even saw Classic with it a little bit, so maybe they switched things up. He could have just picked it up off the ground, obviously. But maybe just slowing things down a little bit, and that's what's tough. We saw it yesterday. When you have these 3 ISM4s, it is difficult to break. But when you have the early setups, they're just coming right at you. You're in these power positions. You can play out wide like Scraps. And honestly, for FaZe, they're just trying to figure it out. I mean, what a swing of a game. A lot of time earned here as well. Now a 20-point lead for Paris Legion.
They're doing it. That's 3 kills through for FaZe, but Legion looking for the map 1 upset. Classic keeping it rolling before aBeZy trades it out. Both those players going off, and so far, Classic in a tough matchup is up to the test. Cellium, though, with the headshot. Simp with 2 of his own. And they've got, look how deep they're spawning, just because how far pushed up Simp is.
I like that trigger discipline. He would love to get that kill. He's probably hoping a couple will pass by him, just giving the information to his teammates. Cellium controlling top lane. And has some players to deal with, able to find one on the fire. Simp gets another one off a spawn. Aqua does sneak through. You see number 7. He can make the play and break this hill. He's going to find Simp. Does he spawn them out as well? He does. So now it's on to Arcitys on the hill, and Aqua, he just finds the long route under the plane. And, well, gives them the break, and they're going to have spawns for the next as well.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's like the 15 seconds, not as big of a deal, but you get spawns for next, or you should, assuming you can win some gunfights around mid. But now Cellium's starting to pop off. 23 and 20, a streak reigning in. aBeZy is able to connect onto one.
Just got to the back.
Cellium might be working towards some streaks. They push right on through. They get to the back. Now it's going to be all on fire. In between basically the entire FaZe roster is trying to do a dance. The dance is going to lead to death. He falls. The clearance is there. FaZe, they push through. They make the play. And, it's a painful one.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the artillery come in. He gets all the information. But the big play is aBeZy just gets through towards that back generator room. Because as soon as you get in there, you will give your team the spawns. They all spawn up. So when the Paris artillery comes down, it doesn't hit anyone. They just have to get the kills afterwards. They do. aBeZy on 3 in a row. 27 kills for him, leading the way for Atlanta FaZe. Now some pressure from the Paris Legion. It looks like they will find some scrap time, so we are going to see another hill.
Classic right now, 24 and 21, and he's got 2 minutes in the hard point. So soaking up the objective time as well, but it scraps on your screen. He's looking to pick them apart. Already able to take that one. aBeZy, we'll see you later as well. Scraps making the play on the stretch. One's going to spawn behind him, and he was just not ready for that. That's a tough one. I think that's Arcitys who he just killed.
It doesn't matter though, right?
Basically,
he makes it a 3 versus 2 on the hill, and his teammates can get on. Like, yeah, it's tough that he gets killed, but he allows the pressure to come through for the plane from his teammates. But now it's just going to be a stalemate back and forth. But it's aBeZy again. He finds 2 up to 29.
Yeah, I was more thinking maybe he thought he had the flip, but the flip might not matter.
Exactly.
Is they could just win it right now, but they do actually have the spawns for next, so they can somehow get in and stop FaZe from winning it here. 3 seconds needed. Contest there for a moment. Can Scraps win it? They still need 1 second. Everyone's sprinting to get in. Aqua is there. You gotta stay alive, young man. You gotta stay alive. Get this to another hard point. I think they did it. I think they're gonna contest just long enough. I think they did it. Oh, God, he spawns in the back. Simp spawns behind him. Simp spawns behind him. I don't even know. I don't know how he spawned behind him.
Well, they probably had to put so much pressure on that first hill, but they're able to at least get it to a position where they get the spawns. They're still holding on. Aqua is able to find 2 kills. Classic and Scrap staying alive, but there's the contest. 3 more seconds needed, and they do it again. Can they clutch another hard point?
Arcitys is able to get 2. They're back into the point. Nobody's there. They spawn out, and Legion somehow again pull out a victory. 250-249. That's one way to start a series, Joe.
This is just what they have been doing. Think about this map. Not only do they make a giant comeback where they're down 80 points, then they also have to contest on one side, rotate to the second hill. An unfortunate spawn. Basically, if you're not playing safe all the way towards the back, that spawn point opens up. Simp spawns up. You're thinking, all right, map's done, but it isn't, and they get the kills.
I thought they had one deep enough, but my eyes were kind of on the front push for FaZe, and I just saw a red arrow pop up, and I was like, oh, dear God, this is all going to fall apart. But they deal with it. They get the flip. They hold on, and they win an insane map 1. Let's watch the final 30 seconds again. You just kind of see how things unfold. Joe. Wow, let's see what happens. So I guess I'm watching to see how far pushed up they were when this spawn comes in.
Yeah, so you see, I mean, they're pretty
I thought someone
far
was deeper.
Up. I mean,
oh, they are. I thought someone was closer to the actual hard point. Yes.
Right?
Okay. I thought someone was closer to the actual like the second hard point. Like number 8. Where does he get to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I thought he was back far enough, I guess.
You have to be like in the hill. You have to be in the hill.
Yeah.
But what happens?
He probably had to get like 5 more feet.
Yeah, I mean they all back up. Aqua gets 2, and then even the contest through the front. But this is just what they have been doing. Not only is it the comeback, it's these clutch moments. I don't know, man. They have the ice right now in hardpoint.
It's like the opposite of Ultra.
Yeah, well, why'd you have to take a shot? You know, like.
Well, I mean, they just had 80 point comeback against them. They've had so many close losses. Yeah, I guess it was a shot, but like it literally is the opposite. Like they've had all those like narrow defeats, and Legion just keep on clutching up. Aqua with a big play, and they deal with a chaotic hardpoint. They probably thought they were going to have clean at least for a moment, but that was just wild. I don't know how they keep doing it, but the magic stays alive. And again, this is so important because they're trying to get to that number 3 spot or hold on to it to stay in the winner's bracket. But here are the stats. And the FaZe side of it doesn't help us a whole lot.
I imagine something happened there with the, with the stats. But yeah,
no wonder they lost.
The Paris side, Fire has a big game with 5,700 Classic as well, but that's the balanced effort that you needed out of Paris and what we've been seeing in great, respawn teams.
Fantastic stuff from Legion, and I know we've had some 3-0s, there's been some blowouts, but my God, have there been some wild maps. I mean, the 2 we did yesterday, absolute insanity to close it out. Super Week continues on today, tomorrow, and then we're primed and ready for the major next week. The series continues on after this quick break. So, Joe, what was the stat you gave me coming into this for their hardpoint differential?
They've won their last 3 in hardpoint by 66 points. So now they've won their last 4 by 67 points. But they started the year 1-2, up to 5-2. But you look at the other side for Atlanta FaZe, games 2, 3, and 5, they have the clear advantage.
Yeah, I mean, that's why FaZe are going to be scary at all times, right? And even with the different roster last year, I mean, there was that stretch where they had, it felt like 5 Game 5 wins in a row. Like, everyone, it didn't matter who was pushing them to a Game 5. I mean, that's back when, I think when Surge, hadn't won a series yet, and they still pushed them to a Game 5. Like, literally everyone was pushing them to a Game 5, and they were winning because they're good at every mode, and they can survive those kind of grueling series. Now, we'll see what they can do up against Legion. And you think about Legion yesterday, right? They're going into a Game 5 against an Ultra team who hadn't lost to Search yet, and they pull it out. They pulled out that map 1. I'm not doubting Legion at all anymore.
Yeah, and here's the good thing for Paris Legion. You're 1-1, but you have a couple of reps on this map in official matches. Atlanta FaZe, like I said, these first 2 checkmates, they have not played. So at hardpoint now, well, 0-1, but in this Search and Destroy, they are 0-0 overall. They could have done their research, and again, they're practicing this, but those repetitions in matches, they help a lot.
Well, they learned something there. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, Scraps is trying to back down from action everywhere. Somehow, he had no health. Like
that is
20
some
HP,
aggression.
he was able to get a kill. Yeah, they sent it, Joe.
Yeah, no, Cellium just gets, what, almost 2 through the wall. Gets the first blood, and after that, they just kind of run forward as fast as they can.
Yeah, this is probably... Yeah, I mean, for the hard point, probably an interesting one for FaZe, kind of with what you talked about. Like, we've seen, like, the 3 ARs, 4 ARs at times. Like, we've seen a little bit of everything on this particular map, so this is probably a good one to get reps in, like you said. aBeZy's going to keep flying. Cellium trying for a wall bang again. aBeZy does get 1, but they double stack it. Ock was actually able to take down 2. So they're going to have numbers, at least for the moment. Cellium and Simp are grouped up towards bottom plane. It'll be Scraps holding the back, and Aqua just trying to spot the cross.
That's really on fire to watch over his teammate. He's on that wing towards the back platform. He's just shouldering back and forth. Let's spot Cell. Yeah, so he's making sure Scraps doesn't get taken down from a flank. And maybe with this setup that they're playing, Atlanta FaZe just says, you know what, we have to eat this bomb. They're playing all the way back. They all have ARs. Let's try to force a situation where Simp with the 74U has an advantage. Bomb going down, he's going to get away with his life. What's difficult, though, even for the offensive teams, as soon as you get off that bomb, it is tough to peek it. And they're just kind of risking it. They're backing all the way up. They're not worried about the defuse yet.
He runs into a wall, but does some damage with the nade. Does spot a second. The wall bang is there. Now on Simp. 1 versus 2. Nice tracking there from Aqua. As Simp comes flying by, able to hit the shots and tie us up at 1-1.
Yeah, it's interesting with Simp staying alive on that nade hitting the ground. If he's able to find that second player on the wing, maybe he can force a 1v1. With Aqua still alive, here's that great start. 74U to start, switches. He wants that mobility, but switches to the AR. Gets 2 kills. Beautiful shots on Arcitys.
The 3 in the round there for Aqua. Fantastic round. We'll see if he can snowball off of that. And they can find more success here on offense. Bomb carrier pushing right towards B, and Aqua will kind of be on an island here.
The aggression.
On the top side of the map.
If aBeZy just take the plane. And now it's like, you know they're playing outer. How do you want to fight this? There's so much map control in a way for FaZe. Paris avoid them. We head to a different bomb site. Simp and aBeZy are kind of like, how do we want to play this? They're just going to back on up.
Oh, aBeZy tries to get out. I thought for a second Aqua was going to win that. Yeah, he had so many yesterday. But Arcitys on the other end of it, he's got a beamer too. They trade. 3 versus 3 now. Yep. Shouldering inside, trying to spot for information. Classic on bomb. Nice shots. Finishes him off through the wall. Gives numbers over to FaZe. Arcitys connects on another. A fire by himself. He's able to take down 1. Can he get his life? He's able to get bombed. There's only 20 seconds to go. At one point, he's got to try and work this plant. He's getting shot from every angle. He's put damage in both players. He's just got to stick it.
How is he alive?
They both got tagged up, so they were hesitant to push it, and he just gets the plant off. Great question, though. He won the one-on-one. Here's the big one, and well, it wasn't a one-on-one because RC's just come up the steps. So he'll take shots from both. Yeah, I felt like he hit them both with like 4 bullets. They hit him with about 20 through the plane. I don't know how no one died in that sequence. That was like a Michael Bay film or some sort of action film where like there's just bullets and gunfire and mortars and missiles everywhere, but just everyone's living and surviving through it all.
What are they, plot armor? Is that a bit of plot armor right there for on fire? But yeah, I mean, listen, we've seen a lot of mistakes in Search and Destroy. You know, a lot of like 1v2s where people are over challenging that. But what do RCs and Cellium do? They're not too worried about the bomb plant. Again, it is difficult to sort of. It's not difficult to retake that bomb. You know the offensive team has to check every now and then. They play their numbers. They're able to win that round.
Who's going to take this first gunfight? You saw Simp kind of itching for it. He was getting close. That bottom plane, looking for an opening, but it's aBeZy. It's their first blood that, once again, is actually going to get caught. So he will drop. The movement a little bit awkward, but he gets the kill. I thought there'd be a trade instantly. There was one right next to it. It's classic. And it's going to work out. Doesn't get Simp, but he gets another nice snap from Arcitys. He should be dead to rights, but he's able to win it. Now going to be a 1 versus 2, though, for him. Arcitys versus Classic and Fire now. 40 seconds on the clock. Arcitys has bomb in hand.
That angle. I thought he was going to spot Fire, but he hasn't yet. Will spot Classic. Fire peaks. Put some shots in. Down to 80 HP. And in these 1 versus 2s, we've seen a lot of clutches.
Nice read. Nice read. Oh, God. Oh, he read it perfectly. He just went for the little, like, jiggle and couldn't get the ADS up in time. I thought he had it.
It's pretty darn close. But here, that's the play that really turns this round. It's Classic just playing his life. And that's what's so tough, right? Around those wings, there's so many different angles where players are able to finesse.
Yeah, well, at first I thought it was like frustrating for him because he didn't get the trade on a Simp right away, but it ended up working out perfectly. 2-2 now. Like Classic. Be keeping the sub in hand for now. Arcitys going to get first blooded. Nice pick there from Aqua. aBeZy, though, now involved in the action.
Now Classic just trying to find that opening. Aqua, though, he reads it. Such a good search and destroy player. Always has been in his career. Up to 8 kills through 5 rounds on this map number 2. Now a 2 versus 3 for Cellium and Simp. Again, look at the way Paris Legion is. They just kind of know they're going to have to try and work a bomb, maybe catch someone on it in the plant. They're playing very patiently right now, just trying to use their numbers.
Well, Cellium gets spotted. Gonna back up for now, just trying not to get caught. Angle there for Simp, but can't quite finish it. Just over 20 seconds to go. They got to work the plant. You can just see his head. Able to take him out. The plant will get stopped. Aqua, though, in the corner. He's just going to stick the plant. Out comes Cellium. Cellium's making the play. From a 2v3 to a 2-on-1. Scraps now last up. Arcitys just fell short in a 1v2. Can Scraps make it work on the other side? They've been the kings of clutch. In the hard point, a shot here in the search. And Cellium's just toying with him, trying to give Simp time to get over, but he makes it a 1 versus 1. Now 20 seconds. Simp couldn't get there in time. He spots him. He's tagged up in Scraps. Again, it's magic for Legion as he wins the 1v2.
You thought the round may be done here. If the bomb doesn't go down, like, yes, Aqua gets taken out, but the bomb is planted. Just that half second, if he catches him before that bomb is planted, the round's probably over. But it sets up Scraps in the 1v2. You know, you saw Atlanta FaZe, Simp and Cellium, they just needed information. They were trying to spot where he was, and Cellium sees him, but he's like, dude, I can't leave. Like, you need to help me. You need to get over here. It doesn't happen. Scraps with the clutch.
Yeah, I mean, Cellium, he stayed alive for a while. he just kept spotting for info, taking bullets, but eventually falls, and Scraps makes the play. Puts Legion back in front. See Fire's POV. Looking over, I thought, yep, I was about to say, aBeZy's probably going to be right in front of him in a moment. He is. aBeZy, dude, I mean, he's a difference maker early in these games, and I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd time he's been first down.
He's trying to find a lot of openings. I think even on their last offensive round, he thought he had one, but it was Fire sort of watching that wide flank towards the A site. Things not going well for him. Scraps playing this bomb corner. Will they expect this Cellium? He's going to open it up, but Simp thinks, okay, bomb's open. I'm going to go for the plant, but Scraps is here. Now they have to try and help him. 3 versus 2.
He's a magician. Get them all. Get them all. Another one down. Bring it to the pistol. Aqua looking over him, gets the kill, and Scraps, sneaky deaky like in the corner, gets to another round for Legion.
You see it. As soon as Cellium gets that player towards the back lane, they think the bomb site's open. This hasn't been cleared. Scraps hasn't played this position so far throughout this map. They go for the plant. Scraps is ready for it. He's playing his life. His teammates looking over him. Beautiful teamwork out of the Paris Legion.
I think that's the type of help that Cellium was waiting on in the previous round.
Yeah, something like that. He's like, dude, I just can't move.
Yeah, exactly, right? Scraps, the 1v2 clutch, and then 2 in that one. That'll put him on 4 in a row. From 2 and 3 to 6 and 3. Very quickly. See if aBeZy can make more of an impact early in these rounds. And you know, you said it a couple of times, but again, 2 maps that FaZe hasn't officially played in the league yet. Maybe why you're seeing some of the blunders and not the cleanest gameplay from them. Not to take it away the crazy plays from Legion whatsoever, but they haven't played them yet.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
Aqua's going to drop eventually. RC's getting pushed, though. Classic, the aggressive play pays off. Nice shots from aBeZy.
And you just had like 2 different play styles really come into this. On one side for Atlanta FaZe, it's been all about playing control. But there is Simp with a nice flank in the 74 U shots hitting. But you look at the way Paris is playing on the opposite end. It's all about the picks on the outskirts. What you think about Aqua, you think about Fire, just finding those kills. Of course, Scraps inside the plane, but most of their early rounds are very patient. They know that aBeZy or Simp might get aggressive, and they have been. You find those first picks, then you can go into the plane and use your numbers, where they've found a lot of success.
Well, much needed round victory there for FaZe. They'll keep it close. I think Scraps maybe almost caught an angle on one early. Played a bit aggressive.
Look at this.
Speaking of aggression, they're flying. They're so passive. There's waiting for them.
There's nobody in the plane.
Come to our web.
Nobody's even there.
Our web. It's a spider web, and we have trapped you. It like reminds me of, I mean, kind of how, I know it was like Raid, it was totally different, but how OpTic like played against Ultra kind of in the early rounds, like trying to bait the aggression out, get the picks, like they wait for the FaZe pressure, it comes, and it is freebies for Legion. Now you got to close out this 4v2, and well, Fire's making sure it gets done. Now RC's last alive, wins 1 gunfight, trade should be there, Aqua soars around the corner, and Legion answer right back to get their 5th round.
Hey, you try to get some down low pressure. Some outer wing pressure from Atlanta FaZe. You know, you get behind the players with stairs, you know, and then you can go from the bomb site from their side. But that just doesn't happen. All 4 players towards the back, 1 player top wing, 1 player in the inside spiral, 1 player towards back A,
it's like,
and they're just waiting for them, just ready for it.
This map's, it's weird, because like, it deceptively like looks so simple, right? Like, it's just this small little hangar, but there's just so many spots and angles you have to clear. And Legion's been finding those angles and getting those picks.
And look at the offensive setup. Very spread on the outskirts, but aBeZy this time. Switch to the M4. That was the way they're playing. So he's going to find the first blood, give them the man advantage. A very slow round still. Fire just waiting for a peek. Just give me one. On the other side, Classic's just like, okay, is this angle open? Where can I work?
Yeah, no, it's literally shoulder, shoulder, shoulder until you spot some information, or you just send it and hope you get a lucky timing. Like that's what it seems like sometimes. But aBeZy now with his 2nd round, nice shots again from Simp. Oh, that is lovely. From the 74U, the Tiny Terrors combine to take down all 4 and extend this search and destroy.
All right, so now what do you do for Atlanta FaZe? Talk about your last 2 offenses. The one time you try to work plane, Scraps is in the corner, you run into that trap. The next offensive round, they play all towards the back. They don't even go in the plane. So I'm just very curious to see what Atlanta FaZe does here. Do they go back to that normal B setup that they want to? Or maybe they try to play the pick game. The way that Paris has been doing, just take those long-range gunfights. We'll see what happens.
They're going to leave the hangar entirely. Play from the outside.
Yeah, I think that's allowed.
Grapple up top. Shoot him through the window.
Okay, so
aBeZy is sending it though, right in.
Yep. He said you want to play this way, fine by us. 4 versus 4, a very fast plant.
Now it's like you have to take this time to work your corners, but by the time you do that, there's only 30 seconds left on this bomb. You got to start to collapse. They need an entry. They need one badly. Nade not going to do any damage. That one will, though. Hitting 79 HP. Just trying to tuck away in a corner. Scraps. Able to get a kill. The melee, though. There for aBeZy. He gets 2. Cellium slide. Snap. There was 1 on the bomb, but he hits the shots. Gets both. And gets us to a round 11. And yeah, I mean, they just said, all right. Take the gamble. They're not tucked away in a corner. We get there first. If they're playing passive again, we have a quick plant. And I mean, that's just instantly so much pressure on the defensive team.
I mean, I just love the mid-round adjustments that you're kind of seeing. Yeah, it's a risk, but you're talking about it. This is what we mean when we talk about great search and destroy teams. Now, into this round 11. Paris on offense, what has been their game? Find the picks, usually with Aqua. So you might get some... Nope, okay. I thought maybe some early aggression out of Fire and Classic, but that's not going to happen quite yet.
They're all just like stacked up. The final hard points starting to move towards the plane now. Maybe work their way inside. This first blood is so massive. Who's going to get it? Will it be aBeZy? It's what he's known for, and he might have a chance here soon. More than likely, with their movement, he's going to be taking the first gunfight. And he will. And he gets beamed. It's Classic who wins it. And it's a huge one. He's working to get bombed down. Cellium just wants to go in and chow. Catches him off of it. Great movement from Cellium. You can't let him get 2 there, but then the wall bait from Aqua. In the trade from Simp now on scraps. He already has 1-1v2.
Are they going to let him get the plant down? That's the question. He's trying to catch them rotating up. He doesn't spot anything. Very patient from Atlanta FaZe. Very, very patient. It looks like someone should be able to see him in the windows. Arcitys is going to spot him. Now with the shots coming in, he has no time. No time to plant, and they are going to clutch out the round 11.
And that is Cellium. My God. I thought it was Classic that made the play. He wins a massive gunfight against aBeZy, but then there's the play from Cellium. That's the difference maker. Those 2 kills inside. And I know there's a flurry after, but Cellium, he's the hero of round 11. And, well, Joe, what did you say at the beginning of this game? We quietly kind of forgot about the fact that he is disgusting.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? You get the opening duel you want, right? Classic takes down aBeZy. That opens up the bomb site. And I'll tell you what, for Paris Legion, you played that game in a way where Atlanta FaZe kind of doesn't want to play. They don't want to play around picks. They want aggression in the plane. They believe with their superior subs and guys like Cellium that they can win those duels. In a lot of the way they've been playing, you know, you go up, what, 5-2, 5-3, was around the picks, forcing them to come to you. The adjustments come out from Atlanta FaZe. They sort of slow things down. aBeZy pulls out the XM4, and round by round, they're able to claw their way back into it.
Unbelievable. These 2 maps, 250, 249, 6-5 now as we take a look at the stats. I don't know what Joe and I's last 3 series have been, but it is just been awesome. This has been some great and fun to watch Call of Duty. I tell you what, if your game plan for FaZe was to get some reps in on these maps, well, you're taking them the distance. You're playing these as long as you possibly can. So that's the one good side of that. But I do want to look at our U.S. Army tactical play. It's going to be the round 11, obviously. We got to watch this again, see how things unfolded, and maybe if there's anything we missed, Joe, in the chaos that ensued.
Yeah, I mean, there's that opener. And immediately Classic bomb, he wants to plant it. And the big thing for Cellium, he doesn't allow the plant to come in, so he finds the timing. Usually there's a trade right after it. Well, he says, no, I'm good.
Either Fire, he just shouldn't be able to get to that spot, in my eyes. Like, if you're Fire, well, I don't know if he got like a really bad timing with like how he was shouldering there and just kind of allowed him to get across, because you saw the damage come in right when he got through. But that was unfortunate. I mean, you're kind of relying on your teammate to look over you there.
Yeah, well, he's got to worry about multiple angles, though, right? He's got to worry about the wings. He's got to worry about... There's just a lot inside of that plane. And he doesn't want to go down. You know, he had Aqua on the outside. Maybe he could see in the window. We saw where Aqua got that kill, so maybe he thought if he sees something, then he can go and have the advantage in that fight. But, yeah, Cellium makes the play.
Yeah, it's tough for Scraps because, you know, he can't see what we see. He can't see if they're sitting back and playing it slow and allowing him to get the plant. He sticks it right away or goes prone. He might get that down and have a chance, but He plays for the pick, plays for the pressure. That's not what FaZe do. They win the round. FaZe clutch up. We're tied up 1-1. Control up next.
Do what it take, do what you do, you could try, yeah. I've been up, I've been stuck up in the sky, yeah. Loony at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye, 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 bye. I got things to do, I got bands to get. Competition up in smoke, ooh, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, ooh, and I'm rich. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it, yeah. Tell them move, get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties for the player being made. Now how you spoke to your girl, better check her phone. And do you know what she doing when you not at home? And when she tell you she alone, but she not alone. She got a lot of options, eeny, miny, mo. She gon' do what she want, ain't no stopping it all. Pour the liquor in the cup, yeah, I'm topping it off. I might take your girl, take a trip to the mall. Put the shelf in the bag, yeah, cause I'm copping it all. I'm saying, they can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Use code CDL2021 for a special discount on GameFuel.com. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Coming in the 2021 season with a statement after 3-0 over the LA Thieves.
Do you think you know the Call of Duty League better than anyone? Prove it by playing CDL Pick'em this season and make your match predictions each day by 12 p.m. Pacific. And, well, Joe, based on how our picks are going, 90% of the population probably knows the league better than us.
Yeah, I think I have like 40, 42 points, and I looked at the leaderboards, and I think I saw the leader was like 65. I was like, wow, that person is a genius.
And, hey, yeah, there you go, Royal Ravens. They're lighting it up on the Astro Social soundboard. Don't forget to do your pick'ems. Good comms in from Guerrillas. I like the tweets, but two teams that are in trouble, obviously, and have to step it up. I mean, they're at risk of starting losers. They're not in good positions within their groups. Hopefully they can turn it around, but focus back to the match at hand. And, well, the maps and modes kind of highlights how this has gone. It has been a nail-biter in every sense of the phrase.
Yeah, and
riveting gameplay.
At the start of it, it was looking good for Paris Legion, right? When you talk about the maps, just because you haven't seen a lot of checkmate from Atlanta FaZe. Now we go to Control Garrison. Atlanta FaZe 2-0 on this map. We're the opposite side for Paris Legion. You haven't seen this yet in an official match.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, what I was kind of wondering throughout the map one. Like, you know, it's obviously an incredible comeback and crazy plays from Legion. Like, that was sensational, but is part of it also just, yeah, like you're playing it the first time for FaZe, you make some mistakes you shouldn't, some comms are misplaced, some positions off. I guess only time will tell, but man, you'd love to be up 2-0. You feel a lot better on the second half of this series, considering what you just said. But as it stands, due to Cellium, the clutch in round 11 will be tied up at 1 apiece. We'll stick with him and see what he can do.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, is that it doesn't really matter because Paris Legion just has some sort of like magic right now, some clutch gene in them that they're just going for it. And right off the start, they're able to get 3 kills. One player going to push up towards the bricks inside. That's going to be Scraps. You have Classic on that A zone. Now it's a bit of a retake situation. aBeZy trying to find Scraps, not able to do so. Ooh. You get a little progress, you get a tick in, and you stop the clock.
But then you basically all drop at the same points. That allows FaZe to start to layer the map. You can't take down both, but Cellium is trying to be a nuisance at the front line of this Legion push. From top green, I think Simp takes down 1. He's going to have to focus the catwalk side, though, as they get a kill and start to apply pressure over towards B. 2 of his teammates coming off spawn, but the thing here for Legion, it's like you have to focus the front, but you have to keep worrying about Simp and his ability to peek as well. The 2 people front get smoked.
And you see Simp, that kind of backs down Simp, because Simp doesn't want them to rotate off B towards A. He's the only player towards that A site. Aqua's top green now. He's going to have a 1 versus 1. All of his teammates are going to come up off spawn. aBeZy gets taken down. That's going to be 2 ticks taken care of. They have a 5 life advantage as well. So a good start for Paris. A good job. Like you said, when everybody goes down, you can sort of get in this trap on the offensive spawn, but they're able to get out. And who is it? It is Classic at 5-1. On the opposite end, aBeZy 1-6. Not the best start for him whatsoever. But now the tough part for Paris Legion, getting this A zone, capturing it all the way.
Classic tries to send it, maybe get a nice timing, but he will get caught. But Aqua and Fire able to take down 2 as they get pushed up into bricks. Simp now should be able to get through on the kill. Nope, I take it back. The slide on, the shot's not. Aqua takes him down. Now it's Cellium trying to finesse. Aqua gets another with the pistol, and onto the point they go. They've got 2 people stacked. It's moving quickly. aBeZy's going to get caught mid-map. The other 3 trying to get off spawn and get into the action as quickly as possible. They all have to funnel from this position. And Fire, he's got eyes. He spots 2. Here they come soaring in. The crossfire should be there. Nice play to get the kills, and that should be the final seconds. Legion on offense, get the first round.
Well, in the bait that he was fired towards the end there, he ends on the 6th spree. He gets all the objective points. He gets both the streaks as well. So Fire, you know, on a map like Garrison, that missile and that artillery can come so clutch on both the offensive and defensive sides, especially retaking that outer zone. We'll see that come into play. But if we can pull up the scoreboard here just to start. You see Fire with that, so yeah, he's got the streaks. But just the slaying department side, it is so lopsided in a position where you're on the defense, and usually it's the other end. But you have a 3-9 start from aBeZy. You have 3 players with 7 from Paris Legion. That was a dominant offensive round.
Legion, a big round 1 victory. Streaks available for Fire. Let's see what they can do on defense. Let's get to an Astro listen-in with Paris Legion.
I'm doing.
Mid tanks.
aBeZy. Nice one. Mid tanks, aBeZy. Alright, you went to B. aBeZy went to B.
Okay, I'm going green.
He's
on the radar.
He's on B.
Selling mid, double doors.
He got me. He's on the top radar, or behind the radar now.
Alright, chalk B, we're getting it.
I got it. Top low in. Absolute. Cellium going green. Below green.
Remember, I can shake him off.
One more minute, play for you.
Tank, yeah.
Still alive, I'm going for it. He went mid underground, Pick it up.
I go underground.
I'm talking right now.
No, never mind, he went around.
I'm underground now. I gotta wait one stun on me.
Yo, sorry.
Yo, I can shoot.
No, don't shoot. One's in the middle of the point. One's in the middle of the point. We're down 3 lives.
I'm looking at my close arch.
No, I'm back tank right now.
Alright, chalk B, guys. Chalk B.
Alright. One's in now. Look at the green pusher then.
Yeah, I'm Nick, stay alive.
I'm just looking my own now.
I'm not close arch.
I'm making push.
Dead. No one's mid tanks. Left side mid tank.
Yeah, making push.
Triple box. He crashed you guys in the back. Mid door.
He
went back to triple box. Dead. I'm pushing out arch. Left side arch. Yeah, in the corner. He's square right now.
Yep.
Back into it. They're trying to hold the A point. Cellium pops off for a moment to take down 2. And now FaZe will begin this difficult push onto A. Live-wise, pretty much balanced. Nice win there from aBeZy. Challenges a second as well.
You see the way Atlanta FaZe is playing this. Just trying to get bridge control. Well, you have one player on the zone. That's going to be Fire. And again, you heard it in the comms. The worst case scenario, guys, I have some streaks. Don't forget about that. This is going to take a lot from Atlanta FaZe. And now they have to try to retake map control. That Aqua all the way up. Cellium's not going to expect that. He's going to have to deal with him in the spawn as Aqua is just gunning everyone.
God. Aqua's disgusting.
Yeah.
You don't have any cracks at this. You just got a bunch of kills. The only one really left is Fire. Any kills Fire, get a gravy, obviously, but he's going to back up, get in a position tucked away behind the site. aBeZy wants to push through. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be ready for Scraps up close. He is not. Down to 20 seconds now. Scraps goes big and gets the second one behind that. Chance to take a 2-0 edge, and it's looking that way. They barely have time to get to the point. They just got to beeline it for it. It's hard to beeline through bullets, though, Joe. aBeZy does get one. He stuck him or hits the nade on another. Maybe a chance. 3 seconds to go. Fire, though. Fire in the position to hold. Legion get the round win on defense. And I think the big thing for me, at least, and I'm not the analyst here, obviously, is when we saw FaZe try to trap Legion, they got out of it so quickly, it wasn't quite as fluid or as fast for FaZe. A lot more time milked off the clock as they just tried to get towards the objective.
Well, it's kind of similar in like Search. Like, you're almost playing a little bit like padded, you know, on the side of Legion. They were rarely, like you saw Aqua maybe going up for mid-map control, but when it came to it, Atlanta FaZe was constantly just trying to get inside bricks, going through the middle of the map, and you just weren't allowing that if you're a Paris. I mean, Fire is 9-5. I think he sat on the A point for 90 seconds, and nobody came to him until the last player. It was like, all right, we have to go top green. There was so much mid-pressure time and time again from Atlanta FaZe, but they found 0 kills. They found absolutely nothing.
I mean, Simp has as many kills as Legion do round wins, so that's not good.
Not good at all. No.
2-12 right now from probably, I'd say, top 5 most consistent players over the last, 3 years. I mean, since he came on the scene, basically, and his woes continue. He cannot get anything going on this map. We thought maybe this is where FaZe would get back in control, get back to maps they've been running in the league, but that has not been the case. Legion having their way with them. Up 2 lives. Simp gets the kill, gets a little bit of help, I believe. I thought he was going to go down again, just trying to get out of spawn. Finally gets his 3rd on the board. But, yeah, not been a fun map.
Yeah, and that's what Paris Legion did so well on offense the last time. They didn't really put a lot of focus on B. It was try to get one on A, stop the clock. He had Classic going to bricks. He was finding kills. It was just sort of, you know, giving them the life advantage. And then their just transition from B to A was so smooth. That's when Fire was able to pick up those streaks.
You know what it reminds me of? And this might be a horrible example. But, like EG, when they won in World War II, like when I was watching them play TK in the final, and TK just wanted to fly, push the tempo, keep it fast, and EG just plays slow, and we're set up, and it just looks so frustrating for TK. It's like kind of how I feel for FaZe right now.
And there again, they find this offense where they win the one-on-one. That's Classic. You know, he's able to take down Arcitys, and he just gets onto the A zone. They're on both points. You heard the missile come in. It doesn't connect. They're trying to win this game in this round 3 on offense. When 2 offenses win the map 3-0, that forces everybody from Atlanta FaZe to go towards A. Progress being done at B. They're going to get it in.
Minute 40 to work with. Even lives, 17 apiece. Cellium can't finish it. Oh, no.
Just going to leave him?
He's going to opt to just push through for now. We try to flank him. Doesn't work out. Fire hits the shot. Simp, I think, is going to get caught, I believe. He was spotted for a moment, but his teammate actually picks up the kill. There's 2 right in front of him. That might do some damage. Not going to get any kills. aBeZy should have. Yeah, they should be weak. They should be weak. Cellium able to get one with his gun, one with the nade. They will drop. The moving in for aBeZy. He's able to take that gunfight as well. And now Legion have to start from scratch. Back from their spawn. Arcitys, I don't know, trying to dodge a missile. Maybe gets off the map.
I don't know if I love those streaks. I mean, you have
gets one.
You have a round 4. Like a worst case scenario if you lose this offense. I mean, it's not like the life difference is that large for them where you're just looking for a kill or two, and that'll be the round. That's just not it. I mean, Atlanta FaZe are very much in this. You do have a lot of pressure here from Paris. They've basically flipped sides. But this is their last push with 25 seconds left. Bit of a split now as Clash is going to come up off spawn. Simp, he was trying to get out of spawn. But the time is not in their favor.
Cellium, Arcitys, aBeZy, all pick up kills in the back. I don't think they can get there. Just not enough time. And now, as you stated, you really would like to have that streak as you go deeper into this game 3.
I mean, I know you have a lot of momentum. You have 2 ticks. Maybe that's what they're thinking because they have 2 ticks today. If we just get on it, we win the map. But it's not like they had really Bricks pressure. There was no map control when they were calling those in. And you talk about Atlanta FaZe, if they get any pressure at A, or they were having to get 3 or 4 down, that's where the streaks on defense really bail you out. It allows you to retake the zone and then get map control back. So we'll see if that bites him in the butt.
It's not like it was the worst thing in the sense of like what RC's ended up. I didn't see what happened on the minimap, but he ends up somehow making a mistake and dying. The missile connects with 1, or the artillery. The issue is just like you said, you're up 2-0, like you have rounds to work with. You can find like a more perfect spot or a better position to use that thing. Not an option anymore. That's not how you want to open it up. aBeZy and Cellium combined to take down 2. Simp then gets Mixy as well. 3 will drop. The lone lurker is going to be Classic, who right outside of top green.
Yeah.
But it is instant pressure on to B, and that should be a cap.
Right, so now Atlanta FaZe, they might put a little, they might go 1 more. Let's say Scraps, if he can make a play. Okay, so now you're 2 minutes and 15 seconds to work A, and this is what I mean. If at any point Atlanta FaZe is to get on A, you would have the streaks, and you could retake it. Now they don't have that. Yeah. They do not have that luxury, and here comes the pressure. That is 3 dead, Aqua the last man standing. This is where you would love a streak, or you just love having Aqua on your team.
Hey, he's a human streak. Or trying to be. He gets 2. Does he give him enough time? Scraps does get there, but Cellium's still here. They all fly. They're able to take him down. Aqua does enough to hold on, but yeah, use the. I was going to say that next. Like, what do we say all the time when it's for the offensive team if you're going to get in? Like a 3 down, right? That's what gets you in. The streak bails you out of that. Absolutely. But yeah, no, Aqua does it.
Yeah, just finding the second.
The guy's a missile, dude.
Yeah, he really is, the way he's been shooting. But when you have such a, you have 2 minutes and 15 seconds. There's a lot of time to work with. You could even play around the live right now. You maybe play some spawn kills. Just make this a hectic round for Paris Legion. But this is what they couldn't do last time. Atlanta FaZe, they had a lot of struggles getting this bricks room, trying to get on through. aBeZy and Simp both able to get some kills. Now here comes the pressure.
Oh, Fire just trying to stay up.
That was beautiful. Playing his life.
I feel like there have been so many spots where it looks like a Legion player is dropped, the teammate's there to bail him out. Now Classic, he's in trouble. He's going to need help. They just come flying at him. 2 kills through for FaZe. They're onto the point. Everybody now coming off a spawn, and this is a terrible position for Legion. It's looking like we're going to a 5th and final round. Why not? 250 to 249, map 1. Round 11 search. But Legion aren't done quite yet.
So you thought that, but
they get him off the point again.
They just get right in. It's an easy retake. There was like no stack from Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah, hey, look, I looked at the mini-map. You had 4 people there for FaZe. It looked great. And then they all got gunned.
Just weren't on the point. Get on the point. I don't know what just happened, honestly. But now you got 30 seconds or you lose this map.
Yeah, I legit looked at the map, saw all of Legion pop. I'm like, oh, they can end it here. And then that's not what happened. "20 seconds to go. RC's nice shots. There's 1 lurking behind. He's able to take down 1. I think his teammate must get the other. Simp now. He's working a pinch. He gets in. His teammate, though, gets shot in the back. It's just Simp. Everybody else is coming off spawn. There's only 10 seconds to go. He's got to stay alive as long as humanly possible. Every second is massive here. The push comes from the left. He's looking right. Classic soars on through, but Cellium gets there just in time. Simp stays up just long enough for the help to come in.
This is chaos.
Absolute chaos. Lives department. No respawns remaining for FaZe. 5 seconds to go. Nowhere to go. They can't get there in time, and Legion hold on to close it out. No round 5. Even though I kind of wanted one with how this series is going, Legion. We didn't really see the POV of them, like how they broke it so easily to get in. It just maybe the position, the non-stack from FaZe. I'd have to see that sequence back to see
what went wrong,
how it got cracked so quickly. But Legion need to make plays. That is exactly what they do. Now up 2-1, one map away. What, guaranteeing themselves a top 3 spot? Guaranteeing themselves a chance in the winner's bracket, and well, that is all you can ask for, especially with how late this team came together. And Scraps, he's been a hero a couple of times. Fire, you saw him hitting shots, you saw him play his life so well in a couple of positions. They're clicking, man. They're clicking.
No, they really are, and they just continue to clutch on up. They really do. When it's looking dire, I mean, that was twice. They had like 2 4-down retakes, which you don't often see. And it's not even like they were trading a lot. It was just like it would all go down, and then 3 or 4 they would pop up, and it was just they got right back onto it.
Yeah, I don't know if our replay team has the ability to grab that, but if we do have a chance, I want to watch that like 30 seconds and see what happened, because like I sort of like took, once I saw them spawn, I like took my eyes off it for a second and just thought they were good, and I want to see kind of where FaZe went exactly and what went wrong. We get a chance to check it out, but the Legion will take the edge. They're up 2-1 heading into a hard point. Can they pull off another map 1 miracle? I say no, because miracles don't happen frequently, but that's all they do. They just pull it off time and time again. But we're going to check it out again. Now, hopefully this is the spot I'm asking about.
It's still a final 30.
So this is the final 30. We needed a bit earlier, unfortunately. That's why I thought it might be hard to describe. This is the final moment. I want to see before, when FaZe first got the break and got in.
Yeah, it was whatever it was. But even this sequence, you know, just chaos on both sides. You can see Atlanta FaZe just trying to buy time, just contest. But the retake, the trades, the life advantage, Traps and Aqua, everybody hitting shots. It's just a balanced effort. Like, just looking at that scoreboard, such a balanced effort from this Paris Legion team.
Unbelievable stuff thus far. I mean, there have been a lot of results, or maybe, I mean, the team you thought would win, but it just doesn't go how you expected it to. Like, it's been, Super Week's been all of the unexpected. I don't think I have any picks right. Like, it's just been nuts. Exact map count, like nothing. It's been absolute insanity. Major around the corner. Legion are in front. Hard point after the break. Do you want to help influence the future of the Call of Duty League? I go on Reddit for 10 seconds to tell me that yes, a lot of you do. Join the Call of Duty League Recon Corps and share your feedback on everything from league matches and teams to sponsors and brand partners. So your feedback You're able to send it in, your thoughts on how things are going down. And it's great. I mean, heck, between my mentions, hopping on Reddit, sometimes I see wondrous ideas. And sometimes it's stuff it's on the table. We just haven't got involved yet. There's been a lot of improvements this year, but obviously always looking to get better and better when it comes to the broadcast and structure of everything in hand. So any feedback, send it in. But there's a look at the maps and modes. 3-1 victory in map 3 for Legion. To a raid hard point we go. And I don't know what to think anymore, Joe.
Throw it all out the window. It doesn't matter. It'll probably be a single-digit game. That's all Paris Legion have had.
It's just, yeah, man, something. It's like you have highs and lows throughout a season. You have times you click, times you have to bounce back from frustration. They're just in the middle of that heater where like everything's working, everything's feeling good. When they need to clutch, they just know they're going to clutch, and it's got to be a good feeling, because I mean, I'm sure you were there in your career where like it didn't matter how much you were down, you just knew you were going to come back and win. Like what was the event you lost like one map? Was that G3?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. So you probably felt, once you were about 3 series deep, that it didn't really matter what the scoreline was. You were going to smoke somebody, I imagine, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those things. Once you get going, you just have that trust in one another. Like, I don't know, you're on top of the world.
Yeah, no, I bet. But unfortunately, I believe we had a bit of a lobby issue. They're going to have to restart that. Apologies, but we're going to get into the map 4 as quickly as we can. Legion up 2-1, looking to close it out, looking to get a top 3 spot at the major starting next Wednesday. We'll be back as quick as we can. Players locked in, looking to get back into the lobby, take the battle back into Cold War. And I don't love maybe the body language from FaZe right now.
Pretty frustrated, yeah.
No one's talking. Like everyone just kind of, just like what's going on here?
And it's really tough, right? Because this is what we sort of talked about with the addition of Arcitys to this team. This is where you're looking for him to step up. The problem is like, how do we explain this? Like when your captain or leader isn't playing at their best, right? At times it can be tough for him to sort of be that person. But here is stats from that game 1 on Checkmate Hardpoint Classic. 30 kills, 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the hill. What more could you want from Nicky D?
Yeah, no, and it was perfect because like we kind of highlighted his tough matchup versus aBeZy, and yeah, we didn't see that like one-on-one as much for that setup because he was running an AR at times, but like he needed to play well and he did. I mean, you love that. It's like dropping a triple-double. He was doing it all, man, putting in the damage, getting the hill time. But let's look at the Astro social soundboard now. This is from Zuma. Tommy, we love you. You're a beautiful, handsome Italian man, just like Joe DeLuca. He said, man, I love these matches. We got ourselves a series, ladies and gents. And yeah, no, that's been true for, God, this whole week. Well, not, okay, there were some hot 3-0s, but it has been insane lately, at least for you and I, Joe.
Well, I mean, every match has been really competitive. That's what they were kind of talking about on the desk before we hopped on. It's like, we don't know when it's going to happen, but there's going to be an upset today. Maybe they didn't expect it was going to be this game number 1 because why? Atlanta FaZe is, what, 4-0 in their group. They're kind of flowing. There you finally see some smiles from the FaZe boys, at least from aBeZy. But yeah, even last year, though, I think their body language, I don't know, it wasn't always the best. And then they got in a gameplay, and like we talked about, they clutched up those game 5s. They're just, they know they can be better. I think they're mad at themselves.
They've never
That's really it.
They've never been like, they never look like Clay, you know, after a game, like getting hyped up, talking a lot. Like they've never really looked like that when we've seen their shots. Like they're just more chill kind of in general. But just when we went to the shot, I was like, they don't look too happy right now. Is kind of what stood out to me. We'll see if they can. We'll see if they can bring it back. I mean, yeah, you kind of said that's why you bring in Arcitys here to help when you're in trouble. Can he step it up? Be the leader for this squad, and you're in a weird spot where like you're in first place, like you're okay. If you lose this, do you lose some CDL points? Yeah, and you want as many as you can because you want to have the best seed possible for champs at the end of the year. But you've done the job, you've done what you need to do, but you still want the win. But unfortunately, I've been told, please don't blame me. I don't think it's my fault this time, but they're having a lobby issue again. We've got to restart and get them back into it. Apologies once again for the delay, but we'll be back as quickly as we can and into raid hardpoint. We'll be right back.
There were some bright spots, but for the most part, if you are in the Legion franchise, if you're kind of in the front office, you're saying, hey, all right, let's kind of start new coming into this next season, which is exactly what they did. They bring in Aqua from the Guerrillas, they bring in Scraps from the Royal Ravens, they bring in Classic from the Ultra, and they also sign a young free agent in Fire.
Temp, the player on 100 Thieves, I was supposed to team with him. To begin with, he was supposed to be like the captain of my Challengers team.
If that didn't go through, I was thinking of just putting it down and just stop playing.
Paris hit me up, he said they don't want me and Raddy on the same team basically. They only want me, so my brother even said to me himself, you're not going to say no to that. If it's the only option, then it's a yes all day. So.
But it's undeniable that they do have the talent.
Considering we were the last team formed, I feel like we were definitely being overlooked, but...
All four of us want to prove everybody wrong.
Hopefully the third time's the charm. We're looking to get back into this map 4 and continue on with this thrilling series. Both teams maybe iced a little bit, getting ready for this map 4. I'm not sure who that's going to end up benefiting, but the Legion boys trying to focus up, talk it through, get ready for raid, and they have some sort of spell cast on hardpoint right now. We'll see if that spell has enough juice in it to continue for one more.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's respawn. I don't know, it's just everything right now. These guys, they're clutching up when they need to. That's really the big thing for them. Their teamwork just seems to be on point. They're just playing very clean. You're seeing their ability to stay alive. It just feels like they're all on the same page. And again, we talked about, you know, you just heard their roster mania video, them coming together so late. It was going to take some time. We also talk about these 4 players. They have so much motivation to play at the highest level because it feels like at times like people kind of give up on them.
Well, yeah, I mean, sort of how we were, you know, and I know I focused on it a lot, but with like Clay yesterday, and, you know, he felt like he was the leftover the guy dropped and has a lot to prove. I mean, you could say that in a way for every single one of these guys. Yeah, they were like the scraps. Well, one actually is scraps, but yeah, they were the last ones, the leftovers that got put together on this team. And yeah, I'm sure they want to come out and smoke people, just absolutely fry people, prove everyone wrong. And I still like find myself confused that I'm shocked by anything, because all we talked about in the offseason, as soon as 4v4 was announced, and the fact that, you know, due to global pandemic, there wasn't going to be any kind of expansion, all we talked about was how this was going to be the most competitive league ever. It's literally, we discussed it so much on various podcasts and just between us. Now it's here, and now that's exactly what we're seeing, and I still find myself surprised at times, which I don't know why, because this is what we thought it would be.
Well, I think obviously, like in any sport, at the top and sort of at the bottom of what we think, like there is just an obvious sort of break between the best teams in the game and middle of the pack and then the lower bunch. But it doesn't matter where you really put teams, it feels like they're playing everyone at a really high level. Nobody's really dominating, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about that. Like, you compare it, it's tough to compare to like a sport, regular sport per se, with the number of teams, the number of players. Like, there's 48 starters. Yeah. Like, it's so little. Like, everyone's got a superstar too. Like, or 4. It's crazy. But map 4 now underway. Is aBeZy gets in behind 1, but at the second. Simp though there, but 2 players inside the point now for Legion. The swarm coming forward for FaZe. We'll see who can trade most effectively.
Well, it's FaZe. It's good early time for Paris Legion. I thought that maybe they were going to get the spawn flip, but a nice recovery from Atlanta FaZe. You see what Paris is doing. There you are, hitting the dip towards that top side of the mini-map. That's going to be Scraps and Aqua going through. We're going to try to go through Basketball Core. Who's going to be Cellium all the way back. It's a nice stun. That will connect. That just gives him the info of, hey, they are here already. 2 players now inside a kitchen. Cellium's going to get taken down. Scraps is working backstairs. Still about to pop. Simp, though, on a 5 spree. Trying to lock these spawns down.
Well, Cellium wants to pounce now. Gets a couple bullets in, but there again, seems to always be one more player from Legion. Either there for the trade or there to bail a teammate out when they're in a tough spot. Back into the hard window goes Simp. They're lining up for him in front. He's got no ammo. Swaps the AR. Just going to dip back. Knows the spawn's coming in behind. His teammate pushed up front. The call is in. Trophy out. Trying to hold. Finds the kills. Arcitys looks over him, and somehow he survives. That number 8 on the map. Fire is pushed all the way through. He gets the kill. Unfortunately, though, all of his teammates going to spawn at ult as there's still 20 seconds remaining, and FaZe is all flying. So Fire, good luck, because you've got to put a Fire out, and that Fire is FaZe soaring at you right now.
Yeah, but every kill buys them more time. So he gets 2.
Oh, he got 2.
Yeah,
he got 2.
He's going to get 2. They're both going to spawn out. Arcitys is able to take him down, but that sort of flips the script. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 2 for the 2 players in the hill. Aqua's going to get taken down from behind, and it is just a race inside the garage. But look at the close spawn for Aqua. His teammates have control of Waterside. He's going to be there. Here comes the 4 versus 4. Arcitys on one side trying to stay alive, and it is Simp who takes down 2. What a bounce back map for Simp right now. He struggled in the control. Already up to 12 kills. He gets 4 in a row. He's already got streaks. My man is taking over.
Maybe that little break helped him. We were wondering who it might assist. Simp seems to have hit another gear. And that's, man, that had some swings there over those 40 or so seconds for that particular hard point. But now 5 in a row. Or Simp, he's getting some streaks to work with. He's going to use one now.
He's going to hit it.
He just layers it all over the place.
Does he find any kills with this? Not going to connect. But it does give them an opening. Here's the thing. When you call it a streak, you don't get a kill. You at least know where they're going to try and go to hide from the streak. So they know most of the information. But Paris trying to hold on. So the artillery doesn't connect. That first push is a wash. Simp, though, still on a 6 spree, and he's actually close to re-wrapping streaks, maybe? If he can find another artillery. He's on another 7 in a row.
Yeah. 15-2 in hardpoint. What is this guy doing?
I think he was very upset with how he played.
What is this guy doing? Apparently, that's why there was no emotion. He has turned into a robot and sat there and calculated all the possible outcomes for this particular map and what he had to do to get the victory. And apparently, it streaks. 16-2 start. Minute 20 in the hardpoint. The guy looking like LeBron on the map, just doing it all. As they'll get the final bit of time, up 70. You know, I got the streaks, why not use them? Now missile in. You should be able to call out some. And Aqua, well, you just got blown into tiny little bits of Aqua.
Now he's read this. He knows Scraps could be here. Scraps playing this very patiently. Does take him down, but the streak, it opens up everything for his teammates, so they're able to get into the hill and transition that from basketball court into courtyard. They now are close to a 100-point lead. There's Paris with the break. And remember, map number 1, it was what, 70 or 80 points? Paris brought it back.
Yeah, this feels a little different though, doesn't it? But yes, they keep doing it. So yeah, they're in this game, but it feels different. Scraps, nice help there for Fire. Unfortunately, the other teammates on the other side drop. Now, Fire's got a lot to worry about. Maybe slowing down the heater of Simp, though, will be important. Just get him out of whatever rhythm or flow he found.
Back to ring. 60-point lead. A nice hold on that first push.
Yeah, dude,
yeah, he's just winning everything right now.
It just doesn't look fun to be in a gunfight with him at all.
Nope.
They double chow. Well, Simp, unfortunately, both of their eye sockets ripped out as he gets 2 headshots and they fly out. The double chow is there to try and make sure you trade. Simp is currently untradeable. He keeps going. How many in a row is he on now? It's 3. Almost 4. Cellium gets the kill. Just putting the damage in. Simp, a one-man wrecking crew. Scraps, just run the other way. Get the hell out of this side of the map.
He does find one on Aqua towards Z, so that's another 5 spree. But the big thing is he knows the rotation's coming through. So a couple of players trying to go through water. Stairs, classic inside a kitchen. Paris can at least control this from inside, but Atlanta FaZe up to 200 will be about 10 points. With a pinch from Arcitys from a ring. He goes all the way through ARP, but Scraps was able to read it.
And look, your 2 guys, you keep talking about Scraps and Aqua. They're both double neg. Like, they're not.
Well, this guy's 25-7.
Yeah, no, I know. I get it. But like, you can't win a map if that's going to be the case. It's impossible. And yes, of course, someone's going to be struggling when someone has a stat line like that.
Now it's just they close them out, right? I mean, this is what Paris does. They stay alive. We have, what, 3-4 down? They'll get these final 30 seconds. Now it's a race really across the map. 2 players that are going to try and hold for FaZe. It's Cellium and aBeZy.
We'll be thankful Simp's not here, I think. But Simp's still killing people on the other side of the map. The Fire is just taking shots from everywhere. But he gets inside. A little loop-de-loop. Fire somehow still alive. Teammate here to help him now. They're inside garage. It's kind of, 2 hit from either side for FaZe. Simp is going to drop. He's going to spawn back out at kitchen. You have the numbers here. They're bringing it back once again. I swear to God, if they do this again, team kill now through for FaZe. Aqua with the quality beams. Last person there going to be Simp. He's going to drop as well. And if they get all of this time, we basically got a tie game. Oh, God, what in the hell is happening?
Yeah, I mean, they win all of kitchen. They win the rotation of garage. You just go back-to-back hills. And they've been holding. Where FaZe is so good on the break at times. Doesn't happen. Just a clean hold. And, yeah, they'll be up to 200 points. Classic on a 5 spree. Now they are sprinting across the map. They're getting the kills middle of the map. Look at where Atlanta FaZe is spawning at hold. There's 2 players here. Scraps gets another one. It's down to Simp. on the hill. Simp, though, the hero of the map for Atlanta FaZe, stays alive, and he gets them both.
Maybe didn't kill the comeback yet, but it might have. Simp, what a play there to get the kills. But now, Legion, you got to get the break. 25 points needed. Or FaZe, Arcitys, going to be holding from the deep side, backside of Laundry. They got to worry about him, but they're going to try to hit the front side of court. Aqua able to take Arcitys down. Now they can focus everything onto the objective. 10 points now needed for FaZe. They got to go. Simp's going to drop. There's the kills. They get in with 20 or so seconds left. So this is where it gets tricky. You're going back to mid-court. You got to focus on this time, obviously, to make sure FaZe can win it. It's going to be so hard to get any presence towards mid, though. How are they going to break this, Joe?
And you see Cell was trying to win it there, but he doesn't expect to. So he at least finds one kill. It gives them the break. But it comes down to this. They do not have a lot of map pressure. They need to fly out of kitchen, and that might be it. There's one player there in Scraps who can try to get onto it. But Simp takes over, drops 32 kills when they need him most. And we're going to a map number 5.
I thought Legion was doing it again. I thought
they were about to, but Simp just doesn't watch this. I mean, this is it. This is the pinch. This was their opportunity to break. And he says, nah, I'm good. Not happening.
Ooh. This is my court. Locks it down. Simp was one of the better hardpoint maps you're going to see after one of the worst maps he might have ever had in a respawn as a professional player. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but that control's got to be close to it. I've never personally commentated a game like that from him, I don't think.
It's a Maven fact. I can get behind. So yeah, you're probably right.
Dude, it's got to be close. I've never casted a map like that from him. Like, that was one of his worst respawns ever, and he answers with that. Like, that is just ludicrous. What a performance from Simp. Nearly the conversation was what a performance from Scraps and Legion as they nearly pull one off again, but just can't quite do it. And that's why I asked you, like, I was like, Joe, so how are they actually going to break into court? Because, you know, we only need 8 points. They gave up kitchen outside of Cell, and it's like you need some presence mid-map or like someone to be able to get an early pick, and they just had nothing. No eyes, no position. Too few points needed for FaZe, and they win it there. Look at the stats, 32 and 13 from Simp. My God.
Well, and I also think he goes on that big streak. You know, that gives them all the momentum on that first rotation. You know, the artillery doesn't really connect to basketball, but when they're able to get on through, he uses the missile, it connects, it breaks the setup on that final hill. And that's what gave them their biggest lead, around 100 points. And it went away, but it kept them, you know, it gave them that lead to play with.
Yeah, and I mean, that is an example of what you were saying. Like, FaZe is just so talented at Legion, as well as they've been playing. They need all the guys. Like, they're superstars. The guys have been performing. They have to if they're going to beat FaZe when FaZe is hot. And that was an example of, well, not FaZe being as hot as Simp just destroying, but somehow you have to stop them. And there they weren't able to do it, but they've done enough in this series to guarantee this 5th and final map. Coming up after the break.
point of grinding if you ain't gon' ball? What you doing when the money comes? Gotta get it now, ain't no time to stall. Tell them I want everything, yeah, I want it all. What's the point of grinding if you ain't gon' ball? I gotta get to the cream. I've been a cream of the crop. I gotta get to the green. Already been in the top. Shawty, what's up with your man? Talking the game to fly. I want everything, yeah, I want it all. What's the point of grinding if you ain't gon' ball?
Wonderful start here for Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Just can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
Awkward from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round!
The game has turned on its head.
Run! Run! Get onto the point! Cellium finds himself 2 more. Oh, baby! Absolutely slayed. What a magnificent comeback from Atlanta.
And we are back, and what do you know, Joe? It's another Map 5. We had what? Map 5 with Legion Ultra, Map 5 with Empire NYSL, Map 5 now here, Map 5, Map 5, Map 5. Give me it all day long. I love it.
I do as well. And this is an interesting one for both teams. Raid, Search, and Destroy, both 0-1 on this map. And here's some stats from game number 2. It was a pretty it was a comeback, right? What was it, 5-2, 5-3? Atlanta FaZe a lot of mid-game adjustments. Paris was playing them very passively, not really to Atlanta FaZe's game. But what have we seen on Raid, Search, and Destroy? It has been aggression, especially mid-map control, so you can rotate to both bomb sites. And well, with Simp playing the way he played in that map number 4, I mean, I expect the aggression out this round 1, that is for sure.
Yeah, and the team that beat them, I believe, was Ultra. And when we talked to Crowder about it, it was their aggression that kind of threw them off, I think. Like, Ultra was just flying at them. And I think they went down like 0-4. They brought it back, lost like 6-3, 6-4, something like that. But that was their lone search loss. Legion, well, they just beat Ultra in a map 5. So we'll see how it goes here. One more map. Then we continue on with Super Week into our next match. But who's going to be the hero? It was Simp, the hero of map 4. Scraps. They what? Hero of map 1. Everyone's had their moment, it feels like. And here we go. First blood for Fire, but a nade does hit for Arcitys. Early 3v3.
Yep, early mid control for Atlanta FaZe. That's going to leave Aqua out to dry inside a ring. Scraps, though, trying to stay alive. Up top, Arcitys with the angle. Scraps is like, get down, get down, get down. Fire, though, now trying to work inside of pillars, but Cellium spots him, and the jump shot comes in. A 1 versus 2 for Scraps.
Already won 1 today. And the young man do it again. A lot of time still left on the clock, and FaZe have got to work to get this bomb planted. Looks like Scraps wants to work this towards mid. But look at number 2. Cellium, he is just holding that kitchen cross.
The only thing I'm worried about is if Arcitys goes for this plan, I think Cell would want to watch over him. There is a timing in which it benefits Scraps, but they're just going to go through. They're going to check laundry. They want to make sure he's not up there so they can plant this bomb. Okay, so that gives them all the info they need. Now Scraps is up. Cellium's watching over. Scraps reads the gunfight, but Cellium hits the shots.
Oh, he wins that. Oh, God, it gets real dicey, but yeah, Cellium goes big, and this is another look at the chaos in Courtyard to open up the map.
Yeah, I mean, you just see, right? As soon as you have Courtyard control, you get a lot of different angles on ring. You know, if the defense is going to play aggressive ringside, they have to make sure that either Top Laundry's watching those pillars, or they have someone in kitchen making sure they don't get through. Atlanta FaZe bully their way through, and 2 kills from Cell, 2 kills from Arcitys. They're able to clutch that 1 versus 2. On the opposite side for Paris, it's looking like an A hit.
Another first blood. Fire able to hit the shots again. They're going to come through mid-cut fast. Classic takes down another, and FaZe put a hole very, very quickly. Cellium and Simp now 2 versus 4. Bomb getting planted and tucked away in a corner. It's going to be Scraps, but he's actually going to get caught. So they've got a chance now. They can take out Fire. Put this into a 2 versus 2. Fire's just got to play his life. Make sure he's tradable. I love that. Get out of there. Just get out of there. Make sure you're tradable.
Aqua in that great position. The free fire comes through, and there we go. His crit connects with both of them. And yeah, you said it. This is what they did so well in control as well. They're just playing their man advantages so smart. The trades are making sure are effective. Fire's making sure he doesn't put his team into an awkward situation because Simp saw a classic at Tiki as well. So there's a scenario where if he goes down, they have an M4, they take care of Classic, right? And then Aqua's all of a sudden in a 1 versus 2, and they just trade. So that's a heads-up play by Fire.
Well, yeah. I mean, Joe, it just happened to him. Methods 1v4'd them. And I bet they learned something there.
That's true. That is true.
Because I was just thinking, like, the second guy's going to get caught, but he runs away. Loved it. And Aqua, Fire, line them up. Mid-map. An early 4v2. Once again, enjoyed by Legion.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds where those early, like, sort of zig to kitchen fights just going the way of Paris Legion. You saw aBeZy 0-3. Talk about him and his search and destroy. You can't get anything rolling right now. It can be tough on a map like Raid, right, with a sub, because you have to get into certain positions. Just hasn't been able to get there. Simp gets to back laundry, Scraps with the headshot, connects. Now it's all down to Cellium, 1 versus 4.
And that, well, it was similar though in map 2, right? Like, even on Checkmate, even though it plays slower, yeah, than you'd think it might based on the size of it. aBeZy was getting first blooded a lot, like couldn't find openers, couldn't get to his spots, but he turned it around big time late in the game. See if he can replicate that here in map 5, but yeah, I mean, I think Aqua's kill registered right before Fire's. Otherwise, I think that would have been like 3 straight first bloods for Fire. Like whatever fight is going down between Zig and Kitchen, he is just smoking people.
Yeah, it's just what now. Where's the adjustment going to be made? So Atlanta FaZe are not going to fight over this. 2 rounds in a row. They're like, all right, we're done. We're done with this. Let's not leave it to this. Let's make some adjustments. They go 3 to ring. Arcitys is going to be the lone man at A. Well, with aBeZy inside of ring, he can see most of the cross to bottom stairs. So he's not going to be the one giving Arcitys information if it is an A hit from middle of the map. Going to wrap the bomb back to B. 3 members here for FaZe.
They're just right on the other side of this statue. Who gets the timing? It's aBeZy. There's the first blood. And his first kill on the map. It's a big one. That's going to be bombed down inside a ring. And now, what do you do here, Joe, if you're Legion?
There's one chance. Okay, I thought Aqua was maybe sneak his way through Kitchen. That would have been wide open, but he obviously doesn't know what we know. You have Arcitys kind of all the way back towards A still. So this is a 3 versus 3. There's still an opportunity here for them to take the bomb. It's the shot punch that comes in. Cellium, Simp, they both find some kills. All down to Aqua. The trades on point for Atlanta FaZe. They don't fight over mid-map control. They play from ring. It's aBeZy who starts them off with that first blood.
Yeah, and it was tough because like Classic was kind of the point man, right? He was pushed up. He was going to take that first fight, but he had bomb and he didn't really have anyone close there to fight with him for the most part. Bomb goes down, and then I mean the next 30 or so seconds is just trying to get back to a position where you can actually get the objective in play. In FaZe, they don't allow it. 2 in a row there for Simp. I'll tie it up 2-2.
And again, nothing middle of the map. That allows Classic to just run on through. He had 2 players watching over him. He just throws an aid right from pillars into the ring. He finds a first blood with that. Trying to isolate Scraps, but you're down a man. The rotate is here towards the B-bomb. This is just going to be so difficult. You have 2 players. Back laundry and Classic is just making sure nobody can get into this position, but he actually gets caught. Nice shots from Arcitys.
Yeah, and that's tough. It's like one of those spots where you just need to not
it's
die.
An info play, yeah.
But you have a good angle, and you just get smoked. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got a good position, but he just gets his head ripped clean off. He can't die there.
Yeah, it's all about the information he's given, right? So, worst case scenario here, Clasik stays alive. Ooh. And then he's telling them, all right, it's a laundry push. They can kind of get ready. And when this skirmish starts to go down, Fire can rotate from back kitchen and help his teammates out. And then maybe Clasik finds a timing or finds the last player that rotates from FaZe. But yeah, it's the man advantage. You worked really hard. You got mid-map control. Play your man advantage. Force the offensive team to play the objective in that round, and that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, if he stays alive, there might even just be a hesitation period, right, for that hit. Like, just slows it down a little bit. They're still worried about him maybe rechalling or anything, but he drops and they go. That's now 3 in a row for FaZe, but another first blood here for Legion. Clasik in the shots.
It's the same way they did it in the round before, where they went towards the A zone. Clasik just goes up. He just goes up middle of stairs, finds aBeZy in the pillars. Atlanta FaZe went back for mid-map control. I think aBeZy thought Simp was watching over him, but he didn't have the angle. He gets first blooded. Arcitys just like, well, it's an A hit. I can't really do much back here. In a clean round from Legion to tie the map up.
And Clasik, what, 3 in the round. He gets the first blood. He locks down Tiki, and these are free. I mean, they're just coming down the steps. He's got beautiful cover to work with. Great plays there from Clasik. And, you know, we talk a lot about aBeZy getting under other teams' skin. Just the pace will play out while you're watching Clasik do that to FaZe right now.
Now, okay, so what do we see from Paris? What's been lackluster? It's been a lot about sort of their B control. So they're actually needing to give up B right now and try to play this from middle of the map and towards A. Work the flank. I like this call. The one player that can spoil this is Arcitys. It'll be number 1. So he's sort of left alone on an island right now while they plant this bomb. They're trying to isolate him, and Clasik so fast up the middle of the map. Finds one. There's the first blood. Arcitys is going to try and flank this, but he has to worry about behind him. The aggression catches Atlanta FaZe again.
I mean, I think they have 6 out of 7 first bloods right now. Like, they are just dominating the early game, but don't count out Simp. Don't count him out. To 1v1, the push is in. Oh, what is that? I think he melees on accident or his arms are just too short, but Simp pulls it out. It cannot happen. Oh, beams. Give me more beams. And then you've got tiny baby arms.
He did it in map number 4. He's doing it in map number 5. The 1 versus 3. Aqua gets some shots in. Clasik thinks he can catch him, but he gets caught sprinting. That communication right there from Clasik and Fire. They have to time that push together. It doesn't happen. Simp with the play.
You got 1v4'd by Methods. Simp just, I don't even know what he just did to you. That was almost worse than what Methods did to you. Like that was just, dear Lord. It's another first blood. Temp, though, brings it back.
It's a quick trade, a quick B hit from Paris. They're able to take down aBeZy. He's been really the point man for them. Up top, Laundry. The mantle hipfire shots connect. Cellium gets taken down. 2v3 now. Simp has to back on up. He's worried that they're going to push on through.
Tyler, our stats guy, confirmed. Yeah, they have 7 of 8 first bloods right now.
7 of 8. Although some of those have been very quickly traded, like we just saw.
Agreed. But 7 of 8.
Now you have bomb down 2v3. I don't know how you do this if you're Simp and Arcitys. It looks like they're going to try and take control of back Laundry. Fire just trying to do what he can, but...
How did you do it last round? Simp just did some stuff. Can he do it again? 20 seconds to go. He's already gotten 1. He expects the chow. He reads it right.
Fire's not even taking shots.
He like read it, but he thought he was like gonna peek from the steps, not high. Like he's aimed low, and yeah, he just not enough time. Not another insane play from Simp, but I thought maybe for a moment he'd pull another one off. But this will bring us to 4-4. And yeah, you nailed it. I mean, some of them haven't been clean, but there have been a lot that are.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, but I mean, yeah, it's good to point out, but still, you have 7 out of 8 first bloods.
Well, actually, I mean, you think about what the 2 offensive they worked A, where Clasik comes up the stairs. That's really clean. You've had middle map control. I mean, actually, the majority of them have been pretty clean.
Yeah. They've had numbers a lot, man. Why not? Why not give us a round 11 here, Call of Duty Lord up there? And
they're going back to it, though. I mean, it worked, right? You forced a 1v3. Simp's going to be the lone man here, but plays the island. He gets away with his life. There's the first blood. And with that kill, Atlanta FaZe immediately go into the B setup. So they're planning towards the backside of Laundry. They know the pressure's middle of the map and towards their side. They flip the map completely. You have Laundry control now. It's going to be a tough retake situation here for Paris.
One's at the van, obviously. One's going to be top. Shots into aBeZy, but can't finish it. Here's the first CDL. He mantles. I don't think he meant to. Classic gets his 10th of the game. Arcitys now with the CDL on the side, able to pick it up. 2 versus 2. 15 seconds to go. Legion's got to fly, but Arcitys, he's the eagle. He gets through. 1 versus 1. So little time. Just not enough time. Arcitys and FaZe make the play to put the 5th round on the board, but what a fight it was in Laundry.
Yeah, it gets a little scary here, right? When Cellium gets taken down, they have about 20 seconds at this point, and Arcitys finds such a good timing where he just goes right to the side. Classic knows their back. Laundry, he plays his life, he plays the objective, but that's great map awareness from FaZe. As soon as Simp gets a kill low water, they kind of know what's going on. It's the same thing we saw in the previous defense. A lot of mid-map pressure. They're working the flank. Simp is basically all left alone in a 1v2, so he gets taken down. But they play the 3v3, they get the bomb down in the time. It's Paris Legion. Now Atlanta FaZe 1 round away from taking this map 5.
Classic 10-5. He's leading the way.
He's in the OP pillars, I bet.
Oh, he almost caught him the cross. They soar through. Scraps gets 1, but aBeZy, he gets 2. The trade is there, though. Another 1 through. Now it's 1v2 for Cell to end it here. Or can Legion get us to around 11? Cellium there. Now he knows. Now he knows. He was there. He was there. He catches him into a 1v1. He spotted him. He spotted him, and the beams are in. Cell clutches the 1v2 in FaZe. Take the map 5. You get 1v3'd by Simp. You get 1v2'd by Cell. Oh, no. That is painful. Because now, where your fate would be in your control and you'd have top 3 locked down, the scenarios get pretty wild. Pretty wild for Paris, Joe.
They sure do. And even before that 1 versus 2, aBeZy actually got 2 inside his dig. I mean, there was a quick trade from Paris, but if aBeZy, one player was trying to run away. So if that doesn't happen, Classic comes up the middle of the stairs and they have the man advantage in a 3-on-2. Well, a 3-on-1, right? But I don't know. It looked like one player was trying to run away. And he ended up getting caught. So aBeZy got 2 towards Zig as we look at our scoreboard. And then Cellium. He almost had horrible timing, but he gets the 2 1v1s that he's looking for.
I'm assuming we're going to get to a scuff play of the game soon. It's going to be Simp's play because it has to be. But I want to see it again. Do you think he, like, you know how I do it all the time, how I panic melee? Like, when something surprises me, I accidentally click my right stick in. Do you think he just, like, kind of panic melee there? Or do you think he actually thought he was going to hit him? Like, it looked awkward.
Yeah, it was almost like if he's that weak, like, maybe you just go for the melee, like the way it works with the shot punch, just trying to guarantee it. But I could have been a panic melee for sure.
Yeah, that was my first instinct because he was like not that close to him. But yeah, let's take a look at the scuff play of the game. Yeah, duh. It's Simp at his 1v3, and this was disgusting, absolute filth.
Yeah, so there's the mid-map regression. They catch aBeZy, they catch Arcitys, they force a 1v3. You have a one-on-one here for Simp, right? He takes the first one. But at this moment, Aqua's given the call he's weak. So Classic is just flying. He's just trying to get the trade, and
that's a panic melee. That's a panic melee. That's gotta be. He panicked. At least I think so. I don't know if you at home do that. I do all the time for whatever reason. When I clinch up and I accidentally melee, I rage about it every day when I play Warzone. So maybe some of you at home, depending on your control setup, if right stick in is your melee, that's what happens to me. I'm not sure if that was the case, but oh god, that as much as we've talked about the clutch moments. for Paris and how fun this run has been to watch, that is going to be a tough pill to swallow, because you had a chance to win, what, 3 series in a row, upset FaZe, guarantee top 3, and to go out like that in map 5.
I mean, there were just so many rounds, too. Here's a look for Atlanta FaZe.
So many.
5-0 in their group stage. Ooh. Big win, big map 5 wins as well. One over OpTic, and then we just saw it there. But they're going to take that first seed in the group. Again, not as clean as they want. They know they have some hard point things to go over, some issues to fix, but they survive.
Sure. Yeah. The same combo about them last year. They find a way to survive and they get the wins. And a look at how it has gone for Legion. Almost rip off 3 straight at the end. You're so close, but still, like, kind of same scenario and conversation we had kind of about NYSL yesterday. Like, it's the same thing. Like, you gotta feel good because the squad came together late. Same can be said for NYSL. You're playing Empire on one side. You're playing FaZe on the other. You're the underdog. It's a test. And you see what you're made of. You get some experience. It is tough. That is not the way you want to lose, but I don't know. I think these guys are going to be competitive. It's going to be a fun season.
I wouldn't want to play them. And again, our first major starting March 3rd. That is next Wednesday. And that's when you're going to see the double elimination bracket come into play. And tournament style over the course of 4 or 5 days. And to see some of the best Call of Duty in the world if it's anything like the group stage has been.
We're going to take a look at the Astro social soundboard, and Scraps, that's a tough one to swallow, not going to lie. Wow, gutted. GG's FaZe lost 3-2, great team, back to the grind, we keep getting better. And yeah, I mean, that's how you got to look at it. Like, they're getting better. FaZe might, who knows, they might be the best team in the game, and you just pushed them the distance, and you lost some rounds you absolutely should not have. You got 1v4 yesterday, you got 1v3 today. You got to figure some stuff out, but man, that Simp play was nuts. That Simp play was nuts. And guess what? We've got him coming up next. Simp going to be sitting down with Lando. We can talk about that ridiculous play. Hope you enjoy the match. We got more to come.
Try, you can't stop it. OC dub, way up like a rocket. Acting up, acting that way out of pocket. For the grind, for the hustle, I can't knock it. Do what it take, do what you do, you could try. Yeah. I've been up, I've been stuck up in the sky. Yeah. Loony at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye, 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 bye. I got things to do, I got plans to do. Competition up in smoke, ooh, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top 10 candidate. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, ooh, and I'm rich. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it, yeah. Tell them move. Get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties for the player being made. Now how you spoke to your girl, better check her phone. And do you know what she doing when you not at home? And when she tell you she alone, but she not alone. She got a lot of options, eeny, miny, mo. She gon' do what she want, ain't no stopping it all. Pour the liquor in the cup, yeah, I'm topping it off. I might take your girl, take a trip to the mall. Put the shelf in the bag, yeah, cause I'm copping it all. I'm saying, they can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance. Auto, renters and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
This is your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. I'm Lando, joined alongside by Simp of the Atlanta FaZe. Oh boy, what a series that was, my man. Obviously, you guys finished the way that you did. We had a 1 point hard point. I mean, some crazy search and destroys. Your 1v3. Tell me, what kind of was the issue at the start of the series in regards to the way that you guys were playing? Was there something that was said that kind of lit a fire under you guys, you specifically, to perform the way that you did down the stretch?
I mean, as a team, I think we kind of knew we were playing a little bit too fast and kind of been throwing away most of the rotations that we had. So I think that was kind of something that we kind of knew we didn't let Checkmate. And, not taking anything from Paris, but Checkmate isn't one of our best hard points right now. But, they're still an SC team, nothing to take away from them. But that was kind of our biggest flaw on first map, was just kind of just blowing the rotations and not helping each other in team situations.
Now, kind of on topic with that, and I know we get to kind of revisit the beautiful 1 versus 3 that we have here. I guess you could kind of say, based off your answer there, like, I know despite the 5-0, people could say, oh, well, they look perfect. But what did you guys learn as a team kind of throughout these series, throughout Super Week, but specifically from this series? What did Atlanta FaZe learn about themselves?
I mean, this year specifically, I would say, kind of being able to bounce back after a couple of rough maps. Personally, I think this is probably my worst series of the year. I think I couldn't really get anything going the first couple maps. But thankfully I brought it back maps 4 and 5. But yeah, I mean,
I know like kind of knowing the start, what's it like to have a roster that, kind of at a certain moment can just flip a switch? Like, I know you said to yourself, like, didn't have the greatest start. Well, I'll tell you what, in the hard point you turned up, the search and destroy had some amazing moments, Cell, as well. Like, what's it like to kind of have a team this year? Not that you haven't had a roster like this before, but just in general, a team that can kind of, at the drop of a dime, despite being up 4-0 in terms of overall series, what's it like to have a roster that can just turn things around the way that you guys did today?
It's an amazing feeling having a team like this that's able to, be able to get fought back with a tough opponent and be able to actually, make adjustments and make sure we're fixing the right stuff on the fly. I think a lot of these teams, not a lot of these teams, but some teams I feel like, they don't really have that in-game adjustment kind of mindset with each other, or maybe not all of them. So for all 4 of us to be able to kind of like talk to each other and understand what we need to fix up right in the moment is something that I feel like helps us win a lot of our maps.
I know there's a lot of people in the CDL who don't really know a ton about Paris Legion, right? They don't really know a lot about this roster. Maybe even a few of the players, maybe like, who's Fire, for example? Who are a few of these guys? But what did you make of the Legion's performance, the way that they played you guys in the hard point? I mean, I know you guys obviously finished 5-0, but without a doubt, one of your most difficult series, if not your most difficult. What did you really make of their performance versus you guys today?
I mean, I think Paris in itself right now is one of the more solid teams that kind of, if they fix the little things, they'll probably be one of the top teams. But I think Paris is just, I think that they have negative connotation from last year. I feel like a lot of people kind of expected them to kind of just be bad going to this year. But it's not something that you can really do. A lot of these teams are going to be super close. It went to 5v5, 4v4, less players. So everyone on a team is going to be, on the top caliber. So I don't know, Paris is just, they're pretty good, man.
They are. We got to say one last thing. Production told me to tell you, they love your backdrops. I mean, just the set that you guys have is absolutely excellent. You guys got your names at the top of them. Aesthetics are always on point. Well, Simp, it's always a pleasure, folks.
From last year.
It definitely is, man. Well, that was our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Simp, congrats again to you and the team on the win. And the 5-0, right?
Yep.
All right, folks.
On to the major.
5-0 indeed. On to the major we go. Couldn't have said it better myself. But ladies and gentlemen, what a great start to the day, right? What a great start to Super Week in regards to the current matchups that we've got going down. But when we come back, we've got Minnesota Røkkr taking on the London Royal Ravens. You do not want to miss it. We'll be back in just a moment.
Now it's finally time for our Game Fuel marquee matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It is time for Minnesota Røkkr to take on the London Royal Ravens. My name is Miles Ross and I'm the one on the left-hand side of the screen. The gentleman on the right is Chance, and we are ready to get into this fantastic series because let's face it, here in the Call of Duty League, anything that can happen